The 2026 Harley-Davidson Road King Special just hit the pavement, and riders from coast to coast are saying this might be the boldest Road King ever unleashed. This isn't simply another cruiser with bells and whistles. This is Harley-Davidson doubling down on iconic touring heritage while injecting brute force and attitude straight into its DNA. From the moment you fire it up, that iconic Harley rumble hits your core like a thunderclap. A deep, gravelly soundtrack that promises power before you even twist the throttle. Then you do, and the Road King Special doesn't just roll, it surges with commanding torque that feels engineered to dominate open highways. Every shift, every rev, and every roll-on acceleration feels big, bold, and unapologetically powerful, like the bike itself refuses to be subtle. But the real jaw-dropper isn't just the sound and muscle. It's how comfortable and confident this beast feels mile after mile. Harleys are known for their presence, but the 2026 Road King Special wraps that presence in next-level touring capability. The wind-deflecting batwing fairing keeps you steady and quiet at speed, the ergonomics are tuned for long days in the saddle, and the ride quality feels poised and planted, whether you're cruising interstates or carving twisties. This bike feels like it was built for freedom, not just transport. It invites you to throw your leg over and go farther, faster, and louder than ever before. When the Road King Special hits the road, it doesn't whisper tradition. It slashes it into the asphalt with authority and swagger. The 2026 Kawasaki Vulcan S Cafe has suddenly slammed onto the scene, and riders are absolutely losing it. This isn't just another cruiser variant. Kawasaki took the beloved Vulcan S platform and infused it with cafe culture aggression that feels like touring muscle meets street fighter attitude. From the moment you fire it up, the signature V-twin rumble is deeper and more purposeful, like a growl promising both fun and fury. Twist the throttle, and the Vulcan S Cafe doesn't just move, it lunges forward with a torque surge that feels alive, eager, and unrestrained. The cafe-inspired fairing and sleek stance make this bike look like it was designed to eat urban roads for breakfast, carving through traffic with authority and poise that most cruisers can't even dream of. This is performance with personality, a bike that doesn't just ride, it announces itself. But here's the real shocker. The 2026 Vulcan S Cafe doesn't sacrifice practicality for flair, it blends sheer style with an unexpected level of everyday comfort. The riding position is aggressive yet comfortable, the ergonomics feel perfectly balanced for long rides and quick blasts alike, and the chassis stays confident whether you're threading through city streets or teasing highway speeds. It's like Kawasaki took everything riders loved about the Vulcan S and turned it up a notch. Sharper looks, louder attitude, and a character that refuses to be ignored. This bike isn't just a cosmetic twist, it's a rebirth of cruiser identity for the modern rider, proving that style and substance can coexist on two wheels. When the 2026 Vulcan S Cafe hits the pavement, it doesn't whisper style, it roars it with attitude. The 2026 Suzuki Boulevard C90 just rolled out of nowhere and immediately stunned the cruiser scene. This isn't some watered-down update. Suzuki has quietly sharpened one of its most iconic road cruisers into something that feels both classic and unexpectedly commanding. Right from the first crank, that deep V-twin growl hits you like a heartbeat. Big, bold, and brimming with attitude. But don't let the relaxed cruiser look fool you, because when you twist that throttle, the Boulevard C90 doesn't just roll forward, it eats pavement with authority. The torque delivery is smooth yet punchy, making slow roll cruising effortless, and highway passing feel surprisingly alive. This bike doesn't shout for attention, it quietly demands it every time you hit the gas. Riders are calling it the sleeper cruiser of 2026. Easy to ride, hard to forget. But the real jaw-dropper isn't just the sound or power. It's how Suzuki has balanced comfort, style, and real-world capability without turning the C90 into a bulky tourer. The riding position feels natural and confident, the seat stays supportive on longer rides, and the overall ride quality feels planted through turns and straightaways alike. Classic cruiser lines meet modern engineering, and the result is a bike that feels like it was built for long Sunday roads and spontaneous weekend trips alike. This isn't just nostalgia on wheels. It's a refined cruiser ready to rewrite your expectations. When the 2026 Boulevard C90 hits the highway, it doesn't whisper cool. It exudes it with every mile. The 2026 Yamaha V-Star 1300 Tourer just stunned the cruiser world, and riders everywhere are rapidly changing their long-distance ride expectations. This isn't just another cruiser with touring bags attached. Yamaha has taken the classic V-Star spirit and infused it with serious touring muscle and comfort that feels engineered for epic road trips. From the moment you fire up that deep-throated V-twin, the growl is rich, bold, and commanding, a rumble that tells everyone within earshot that this machine means business. Twist the throttle and the torque delivery feels smooth yet potent, propelling the Tourer forward with a confidence that makes it feel far bigger than its displacement suggests. Whether you're easing out of town or blasting through wide-open highways, this bike doesn't just move, it dominates the road with authority. But the true shocker isn't just the power, it's how comfort and capability come together in one irresistible package. Yamaha didn't stop at torque and throttle. They shaped the V-Star 1300 Tourer to be a real touring contender. The ergonomics are relaxed but confident, the seat stays supportive for marathon miles, and the fairing plus windscreen combo slices through highway turbulence like a knife through butter. Storage is sleek yet surprisingly spacious, and the overall ride feels balanced, poised, and ready for anything the open road throws your way. This bike doesn't just tick boxes, it redefines what a mid-sized touring cruiser can be. When the 2026 V-Star 1300 Tourer hits the asphalt, it doesn't whisper style and performance, it roars them with pride. The 2026 Suzuki Boulevard M109R has blasted back onto the scene like a muscle cruiser tornado, and riders are freaking out. This isn't some tiny refresh with new paint and a couple of badges. Suzuki took one of the most ferocious cruisers ever made and turned it up to an unbelievable level of power and attitude. Fire it up and that monstrous V-twin growl doesn't just sound loud. It sounds hungry, like it's begging to be unleashed. Then you twist that throttle and holy shockwaves. The engine explodes with brutal torque, launching the M109R forward with the kind of thrust that makes other cruisers feel like they're stuck in slow motion. This is not tuning for comfort. This is raw, untamed cruiser muscle engineered to show everyone else who's boss. But here's the part that's truly jaw-dropping. While so many bikes chase gimmicks, the 2026 M109R delivers real-world performance that feels totally alive. The chassis grips the pavement with surprising confidence, the suspension eats bumps without feeling soft, and that torque keeps pulling hard, whether you're carving corners or hammering the interstate. This is a bike that doesn't just look mean, it rides mean, confident, and poised under every twist and turn of the road. The Boulevard M109R isn't just a cruiser, it's a road-devouring powerhouse with attitude, style, and unfiltered character. When this beast hits the pavement, it doesn't whisper, it roars like a storm. The 2026 Harley-Davidson Street Glide has just crashed back onto the scene, and riders are calling it the most exciting street glide in years. This isn't a mild update with new colors or minor tweaks. Harley-Davidson has taken their iconic bagger and poured muscle, presence, and attitude straight into its DNA. From the moment that deep, gravelly V-twin rumbles to life, you feel instantly connected to something legendary. But then you twist the throttle, and the street glide doesn't simply roll forward, it surges with bold torque and a growl that shakes the air. This bike doesn't just ride, it commands attention. Every mile feels like a statement, every stoplight launch feels like a challenge, and every corner begs you to push harder, because this machine feels alive, powerful, and unapologetically American. But the real jaw-dropper isn't just the sound and raw thrust. It's how the 2026 Street Glide blends classic Harley touring comfort with modern capability that feels seriously refined. Wind protection has been tuned to cut buffeting at speed, the seat is plush yet supportive for marathon rides, and the handling feels confident and poised, whether you're cruising the interstate or carving scenic backroads. This is a bagger that welcomes the open road and thrives on it. The ride feels balanced and smooth, like Harley engineered this machine to be equally at home on long tours and everyday journeys. When the 2026th Street Glide hits the pavement, it doesn't just roll, it makes a statement. The 2026 Honda CB 1300 Super 4 has just blasted back into the spotlight, and riders are absolutely stunned by what Honda has done with this legend. This isn't just another retro throwback with new paint and badges. Honda has taken a classic icon and refined it into something shockingly modern and outrageously fun. From the moment you fire up that deep-throated inline 4, the sound hits you like a declaration. This bike means business. That engine doesn't just idle, it breathes, with a rich character that feels both nostalgic and insanely alive. Twist the throttle, and the CB 1300 Super 4 surges forward with a wave of torque that feels bigger than its displacement, catapulting you through corners and wide-open stretches with thrilling confidence. It's smooth, it's massive, and it feels dangerously fun in a way few motorcycles can match. But the real surprise? This bike doesn't just serve up power. It delivers a ride experience that feels utterly refined and incredibly engaging. Honda didn't just throw muscle at this bike. They rebalanced the chassis, tuned the suspension, and sharpened the handling so the CB 1300 feels agile and poised, whether you're weaving through city streets or opening it up on the highway. The riding position is classic yet comfortable, with just the right amount of sportiness to make every twist of the throttle feel intentional and exciting. This is a motorcycle that bridges generations, offering retro style for the soul, modern performance for the thrill seeker, and riding confidence for everyday riders. When the 2026 Honda CB 1300 Super 4 hits the pavement, it doesn't whisper nostalgia, it roars it with modern force. The 2026 Yamaha V-Star 1300 Tourer has just stunned the cruiser world, and riders are completely rethinking what a touring cruiser can be. This isn't a simple bagger with a windshield. Yamaha has taken the classic V-Star soul and turned it into a torque-rich, long-distance monster that feels alive the second you hit the starter. That deep, authoritative V-twin rumble isn't just sound, it's attitude, speaking directly to your senses and telling you this machine means business. Then you twist the throttle, and wow, the power doesn't just move forward. It surges with a confident push that feels smooth, massive, and totally addictive. Whether you're rolling out of town or blasting through open highway, this bike doesn't just ride, it dominates the pavement without begging for attention. It's bold, it's muscular, and it makes you want to keep going farther, faster, and stronger than ever before. But here's the part that's truly jaw-dropping. Yamaha didn't just make the V-Star 1300 Touring powerful, they engineered it to be comfortable, capable, and surprisingly refined for real-world adventure. The riding position feels natural and confident, the seat stays supportive even after hours in the saddle, and the wind deflection is tuned to keep you calm and composed at speed. The fairing and touring bags are functional yet sleek, blending classic cruiser looks with genuine touring utility. This isn't just torque and style, it's a complete package that's ready to conquer long miles with ease. When the 2026 V-Star 1300 Touring hits the road, it doesn't just whisper cruising pleasure, it roars capability with every twist of the throttle. The 2026 BMW K1600B Inline-6 Bagger has just blown the doors off the bagger world, and riders everywhere are freaking out. This isn't your average cruiser with a front fairing slapped on. BMW has taken its legendary inline-6 engine and dropped it into a sleek bagger chassis that feels more like a grand touring missile than a traditional cruiser. From the moment that Silky 6 fires to life, the growl isn't just deep. It's refined, powerful, and loaded with promise. But then you twist the throttle and holy shockwaves. The engine doesn't just propel you forward. It launches you with a surge of torque so smooth and confident, it feels almost telepathic. This machine doesn't accelerate. It glides with purpose, swallowing highway miles like they're nothing. Its luxury engineering meets pure road aggression, and the result is a bagger that feels as potent as a sport tourer, but with cruiser soul and swagger. But here's the real jaw-dropper. The 2026 K1600B doesn't just have huge power, it rides like a dream. BMW's chassis, suspension and electronic suite blend precision and comfort in a way few touring cruisers ever manage. The ergonomics let you settle in for marathon rides without fatigue, and the handling stays poised whether you're carving canyon roads or crushing interstates. This isn't a flashy cruiser that looks fast. It's a performance-bred bagger capable of dominating the open road in any condition. When this bike hits the pavement, it doesn't whisper luxury. It announces it with authority, smooth power, and confidence that challenges everything else in its class. The 2026 Harley-Davidson Breakout 117 has just exploded onto the scene, and riders everywhere are absolutely losing their minds. This isn't just another cruiser with cool paint and minor tweaks. Harley has taken the Breakout platform and blasted it into pure adrenaline territory with the massive 117 Milwaukee 80 engine. From the moment you hit the starter, that deep thunder rumble hits you like a freight train, rich, raw, and unapologetically powerful. But it doesn't stop there. Twist the throttle, and the Breakout 117 doesn't merely accelerate, it ferociously surges forward with a torque punch that feels like it's got a personal grudge against slow speeds. This machine doesn't show up quietly. It announces itself with a growl that shakes pavement and hearts alike. It's bold, it's muscular, and it feels like someone took the essence of cruiser culture and turned it up to 11. But here's the jaw-dropping twist. The 2026 Breakout 117 isn't just about brute muscle. It's about confidence and control that you can feel under you every mile of the way. The low-slung stance and stretched-out look might fool you into thinking it's all style and no substance, but the handling is sharp, poised, and surprisingly agile for a bike this big and brute-powered. Whether you're cruising through city streets or carving sweeping open roads, this bike sticks to the pavement with authority. And while some cruisers chase flash, the Breakout 117 delivers real-world performance that feels thrilling and tuned to perfection. When this beast hits the road, it doesn't whisper attitude. It roars it with presence, torque, and style. Stay tuned, because the 2026 Harley-Davidson Breakout 117 might just be the most exciting muscle cruiser of the year. A machine that proves Harley still knows how to blend raw power with iconic cruiser flair.